What is the best way to make money in 2025? Is it through meme coins, where people have made millions of dollars from the biggest memes around the world? Is it options trading, betting your whole bank account on single day options contracts? Or is there some other strategy that could make us rich this year? Well, today I'm going to be talking about my 3 options to try and make $5,000 every single month with trading. So let's start off with the riskiest topic, which I'm sure most of you guys probably want to know the most about because you might be degenerate like me. This is going to be active trading. Now, whether this is going to be through perps or leverage, we still have to figure that out. And of course, the platform that we do this through has to be determined as well. So if you have any recommendations, let me know down below. But this could also take into account other things like meme coin trading or different altcoins from crypto. We have done meme coin videos. That video actually did really well. But we have also been day trading different crypto coins like Solana with 20x leverage, and again we did pretty well with that video as well and did make some good money. So there is definitely money to be made, but again, making $5,000 a month means over $1,000 a week from trading, which is definitely going to be tricky to do because all the trading that we've done so far has basically just been one day. So we did meme coins one day. I did a lot of research beforehand. We did perps and leverage on one day, again, doing a lot of research beforehand, but we've never traded back-to-back days consistently week after week to actually build up a basis of how good and successful we can actually be at this. So it is going to take some time, and that is why I feel like this is the riskiest strategy, because even if we do make the right decisions, there could just be other market trends that impact what our decision making is, and largely we could be right in the long term, but since this is day trading and we are just taking different little scalping positions, we are not going to be holding these for multiple days at a time, which is really where the risk comes into this. So we might end up losing positions after a few minutes, whereas if we had have just waited for a few hours, we could have ended up making a lot more, which definitely presents the biggest risk with this, and probably the riskiest part of this video. Option 2 is options. Funny how that works, but we've also been delving into options trading a little bit, not too much because it is a little bit harder as an Australian to get into the options market. A lot of options, or at least a lot of companies in Australia, don't actually allow you to trade options. Just the market isn't big enough and they haven't approved these products for pretty much every company in Australia. So for that reason, it is easier to trade options in America for American companies. So we had to go through different brokers to basically get registered, get approved, and be able to prove that we know what we're doing with options. This was definitely a difficult process. It did take some time, but we already have some proof that we are making good money with this. I've already doubled an account from $2,000 up to $4,000 in only a few weeks, testing out different option strategies. So this could definitely be something that we do. But again, turning this from something that we make money from over the course of a month or 6 weeks, 2 months, or even 6 months, to then making this consistent weekly or daily income is definitely going to be another challenge. Now, at this stage, I'm not really looking to do anything like 0-day options or out of the money ridiculous option calls with short expiry dates, because that just seems extremely risky and volatile. We might get there eventually, but for the moment, I think I'm going to stay away from that as much as I can. And instead, we are just going to be looking at leap options. I've already done a video on this. These are sort of those 6-month or year-long options contracts where we can just put a lot of money into it behind our thesis of what we already believe is going to happen, buy options at the money, and bang on the fact that the market either has hiccups here and there across the next few weeks or months, but eventually corrects and moves in our expected trajectory, which is bullish over the next 12 to 16 months. And that is what we are going to be buying options for, basically on some of the stocks that can generate better returns like Nvidia. I feel like that is a really safe play if you do have safe plays in options, but that's what I'm thinking so far. And then finally, probably the safest one is option 3, and this is just going to be by holding. I already have a pretty large portfolio of different shares and crypto coins, and basically what we are going to do is just basically change the risk profile of this from dividend paying assets and lower growth assets to the more versatile, I feel like, risk associated stocks and shares. Probably get out of ETFs so that we can just individually pick companies that I think are going to outperform For example, I held a cybersecurity ETF that was doing really well, and then also bought shares in CrowdStrike, which basically covered the same things, except CrowdStrike was outpacing the returns of the ETF, even though I did get that downside protection. It just didn't seem like it was worth it, so we are going to be changing a few things like that. I'm not going to talk about my whole portfolio in this video because I do want to keep some things private. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not doing any of this for advice. I don't want you guys to copy me. I'm just basically doing this so I can document my journey and see what I can learn from and have proof of what I've actually done. So if I haven't made enough money in a few years' time, I can look back and go, these were the mistakes that I made with different trading strategies, and this is what I could have done better. So that is basically a thesis of how we are planning to make $5,000 a month from trading over the next year. We're going to be looking at crypto day trading and, of course, day trading with other assets, mostly through perps and leverage. This is basically just going to be a small amount of money that we can actively day trade with every single day, trying to take 1 or 2 trades at most, but making them high quality, high conviction, and staying in these trades for as long as we can to basically not only capitalize on potential profits, but also make sure that our stop losses are very, very tight so we don't lose our entire portfolio in just a few days. Option 2 is utilizing options and leap contracts, these longer term contracts that gain us or give us a lot of exposure for a fraction of the cost. We can then have the right to own or sell or buy 100 shares at a predetermined price, and we can just use our broader thesis to make these decisions, because being able to buy an options contract that controls 100 shares is a lot cheaper than actually buying 100 shares. So that is my theory for option number 2. And then option number 3 is just rebalancing our portfolio, probably more weighted towards the tech sector and the tech companies, even AI as well. I know this might be overpriced. Some people might disagree and say that this is the wrong decision, especially if we are moving into a recession. But that is why I wanted to make this, so I can get your opinion as well. But that's what I'm thinking so far. There are a lot of things to research more on and come up with better ideas for all of this. So make sure to let me know in the comments down below what you think of my strategy. And of course, I'll see you all next video.